it's Mrs. P. I am here to do my weekly budget. This is going to be for the very last week of March. March goes to the 31st, but I'm going to end this month's budget on the 27th, and then the next on the 28th we'll start our April budget just because of the way the dates fall. That's how I had to do it back in December for January's budget, but that's okay because that's just how we have to budget, because my husband gets paid, every week, and I get paid once a month. And just the way, the bills fall and the pay dates fall, it just works out best for us that way. All right, so let me go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. Let's see here. Ooh, I really zoomed in, didn't I? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So this will be for the dates March 21st through the 27th. And like I said, this will be our last budget for March. All right, so roll over, because we've had a little bit of extra this month. I had originally thought that maybe it'd be around $1,600, but I am going to go ahead and put $1,700 because I think it's going to be closer to $1,700 than $1,600. All right, so Mr. P, I'm still budgeting $1,000. And other, I do not expect any other income, so I'm going to put 0 for that. So this section for the income will be $2,700. All right, so I'm going to get down to our bill section. This is stuff that comes out every month, the same amount, the same time, so we can always rely on this never changing. All right, so we have our HBO Max subscription. That's going to be $4. We've got power and internet. And when I did my original budget with me for the month of March, I thought that it would be around, or I estimated around $350, but because of the weather has warmed up and we haven't had to use the heat as much, it was actually $259. So that was much lower than what I was expecting, so that was good. All right, then we've got Spotify, which will be $12. And just if you're new here, I do round everything up to the nearest dollar. But when I do the actuals, when I do my check-in, I put the actual amount over here. And it's always just a little bit less. All right, then we've got Hulu, which will be $5. Peacock, which will be $3. Verizon, $362. A lot of people have said that my cell phone bill seems high and that, I should check on that. But I feel like we've got a pretty good deal. We have 7 lines on our cell phone package. We only pay for 3 of the lines. Everybody else pays for theirs. So they just send us the money and then we just pay the monthly bill. All right, then we've got Google Storage, which is around $3, and then Apple Storage, which seems silly, and it is really, that we have both. We really need to get rid of the Google Storage, but we've got photos there and photos here, and I'm not sure how we can merge the Google photos to the Apple. I'm not sure. That's going to be something my husband has to do, and he just hasn't done it yet. All right, so this section adds up to be $658, leaving us with $2,042 remaining. All right, so then we move down to our sinking funds and our savings area. That's where we pull money. I call it my month ahead binder, but really it's money that I'm putting aside for summer, because I'm a teacher and I only get paid 10 months out of the year. Although I did have my principal approached me and asked me if I was interested in doing summer school. The only thing about summer school is it's only 2 weeks. It's 4 days each week, so that'd be 8 days, and then it's only half days. So I'm not sure that's worth, because it gets taxed so much, because it's like extra like bonus income, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have to think on that. I do need the extra money, so it would be worth it in that aspect, but I'm just not sure. All right, sinking funds. This is going to be 160. And then savings challenges. I do the Monday minis. I've really enjoyed those. I'm going to take 50 out. Technically, I would have taken 210 out of sinking funds, but because I'm playing these little challenge games, I'm going to split it up and put 50 towards that. So it's basically going to the same thing. I'm just calling it a different name and doing it a different way. And I enjoy that so much. All right, savings. I'm going to put 0. I know that some of my, the people that I watch, other channels like Steph's on a Budget, Chatty Cathy Budgets, and a few others, they do debt with the challenges. I have not figured out really how to incorporate that because of the way I have to kind of save my rollover money and then pay my debt at the end of the month. And I'm just not sure that I'm going to be able to figure out a way to make that work. So for right now, we're just going to do sinking funds. All right, so this section is 360, and that will leave us with $1,682. All right, so that's what I have left over to come up here to the cash envelope section. And this is where I pull everything that I'm going to spend from my wallet, including gas now, and that's been working out really well. I decided to start pulling cash out for gas. I do still use my debit card for gas, but I make sure that the denominations and the amount of gas that I get, I can put that right back in the bank. And our bank has one of those reversed ATMs, so you can make cash deposits, so that makes it really easy. I'll just go straight from the gas station straight to the bank and deposit the money. All right, so for this section, we've got groceries, and that I'm going to pull 150. Pet supplies, 20. Household, 20. Mr. P gets 15. Mrs. P gets 40. And Miss P gets 15. And if you're new here and wondering why I get more than my husband does, it's because he has hobbies, and those hobbies, they add up, and he's got about $110 that he spends on just additional things like subscriptions or apps or things that he uses for his hobbies. And so he just takes that, it comes out of his blow money, and so I just end up with extra. All right, so where did I get to, Miss P? So then sporting events, we'll get 20. Eating out, we'll get 20. Gas, I'm going to do 60. That's working out really well. And then I always leave a line for unbudgeted, just in case something comes along that we weren't expecting and we need to pay for that, and have a line to like show for it and indicate it. So we've got 360 in this section. So if I take that 360 from the 1,682, I'm left with $1,322. All right, now I'm going down to our debt section. This is where we are working really hard to become debt-free. And so everything that is considered consumer debt is in this section. I do have student loan debt. When I do my debt updates, I have not started including the student loans in the totals because, if I'm going to be completely honest, it's just too big of a number right now. I'm going to focus on car debt, credit card debt, loans, anything like personal loans, anything like that. And then once those are paid off, then I'm going to really work hard on tackling that student debt. All right, so I've got Uplift, which is our cruise. It's a 0% interest kind of loan that we got to cover the cruise. We're going on the cruise in April, but it won't be paid off until December. But since it's 0% interest, I'm not really worried about paying this off quickly. I'm just going to let it, pay itself off with the regular monthly payments. All right, John Deere is $404. That one also, both of these will be paid off in December, and they are both 0% interest. There is like a little, like some kind of a service charge or something on the John Deere, but that's, I don't know, it's very little. So we're just kind of paying those off as we go. And then student loan, it did go up. It's like $497, but I'm just going to pay $500 a month. And then Snowball. Snowball. And because this is the end of the month, everything that I have left over is going to go toward the Snowball. So I've got 1,322. I'm going to just do this right here. All right, so if I take that 1,322 and I subtract all of these payments, 404 and 500, that should leave us with $261 to put toward the Snowball, which is, if the monthly budget overview, I thought it was going to be around 160. So it's right at 260, and that's not counting like if we come in a little bit over on income or a little bit over on rollover or, you know, something like that, or maybe some extra income. I am hoping to get refunded for a charge that we had received for YouTube TV. It was a subscription charge that came through PayPal. We do not have YouTube TV on any of our YouTube accounts, so I'm not sure who and how it got charged. I've made an appeal to PayPal and through Google. Google denied it, PayPal denied it the very first time. It's under a second review with PayPal. And if that doesn't get, I'm going to go with my bank. And that's like $70. So I'm really wanting to get that refund. So that would, if I got that, that would bring this up to about $330, which would be amazing. All right, so this section now adds up to be $1,322, leaving us with nothing to roll over to the next month, which is what we consider a zero-based budget, because our focus is paying off debt, and we've got quite a bit of it. So it's, we've got as Dave Ramsey would say, I have a little shovel, but even a little shovel, eventually you're going to get that big hole dug, so that's what we're working on. That's our goal. We did really good. We started our debt-free journey in January of 2023. And it kind of happened because we kind of realized that we were maxed out. Like, not only our credit cards maxed out, but, our income to inflow to outflow was not even on equal terms. Like, we were spending more than we were bringing in. And so we had to make drastic changes very quickly, and we had to stay really focused. So we have a little wiggle room now. We are saving, like the month ahead, and we are saving for sinking funds, things like that we've never had before. So that is, something going in the right direction. The debt's coming down slowly, but it's coming down, and we've been really motivated, and that's been just such a life-changing thing for us. So anyway, I wanted to share my budget with you, and hopefully this will help you in some way. That's the whole reason I started the channel, because that's how I got started. When I started, I've always done a budget, but I've never really focused on all the extras that we were spending. We just kind of cash flowed it, but not really. When we didn't have enough at the end of the month, we'd swipe the credit card. When a birthday came up, we didn't have money for a birthday, so we would swipe the credit card. And eventually, that all we got to the max part of our credit cards, and we were still spending more than we were making. So this has been life-changing, and I hope that it can help you guys too. So anyway, that is all of this channel. Oh my goodness. This is all for today. I will see you next time when we do our weekly check-in and see where we ended up for the third week. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to do my little traditional blowing Nick out. Nick is the nickel that is in my candle, and it is something that happened by accident, but has just become part of like an icon for my channel. So anyway, this is where I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you later. Bye, friends.